Good evening. My name is Nicolas Framboise, Assistant Director for Secondary 5. On behalf of the members of the administration and faculty, it is my privilege to welcome you all to Villa Maria's 171st graduation ceremony. This event proudly celebrates the accomplishments of the class of 2025. We would like to extend a special welcome to those joining us online via the live Facebook stream. We are delighted to be able to share this memorable occasion with all of our graduates, family, and friends. To ensure a smooth running of the ceremony, here are a few important reminders before we begin. Please ensure your cell phones and electronic devices are in silent mode. Please remain seated throughout the graduation ceremony so as to not obstruct the view of others. Our photographer is on hand to capture each important moment of your children during the official proceedings, or me. All photos of the ceremony will be available as of June 6th. The internet link, username, and password were included in the program that was sent to you earlier this afternoon. We ask that all guests refrain from calling out during the ceremony. This is a meaningful moment, and calling out detracts from the significance of today's celebration. Finally, during the conferring of diplomas, we ask that you hold your applause until the end when all of the graduates are recognized together. On behalf of the entire school team, I would like to thank you for your cooperation and attention during our graduation. Our celebration will now begin with the procession of the members of administration, special guests, and faculty members. They will be followed by our graduates from the class of 2025. Please stand up and join me in welcoming them with a big round of applause. Dear parents, please welcome the graduating class of 2025. The audience may now be seated, except for our graduates. I invite our guests, administrators, and staff members to take their seats. Graduates, if you haven't already, please pick up your diplomas and face the stage. Madame Caroline Quevillon, Director of Educational Services, will now share the opening address of the ceremony.
Dear members of the Assembly, school staff, teachers, parents, and most of all, dear graduates. In 2020, you started your journey at Villa Maria. You were young, beginning high school. You quickly learned that being a student here means working hard and following values we all share. If you are here today, it's because you showed that commitment. This ceremony is to celebrate you and your 5 years of effort. During your time here, you faced many challenges, both in school and outside. These experiences helped you grow into better people. I hope you took advantage of the many opportunities our school offered to help you succeed. I believe that your time at Villa Maria, with its special bilingual environment and inspiring teachers and classmates, helped shape who you are today. Today, we celebrate those who stood out through their hard work, achievements, and character. We feel happy and sad as we watch you graduate. We are proud to see you move on to new adventures, but we will miss you here. We believe that Villa Maria has prepared you well for the future, both in your studies and in life. As we celebrate your awards and diplomas today, please also take a moment to thank the teachers, counselors, coaches, monitors, and all the staff who helped you along the way. And let's not forget your parents, who supported you through the hard times and the good ones. Let's give all these people a big round of applause. Thank you. After graduation and prom, you may feel both happy and sad. You are leaving a place that felt like home and starting to build a new one. You are finishing your 5 years at Villa Maria with pride and getting ready to face the world. So, dear graduates, I wish you great success in whatever path you choose. We hope everything you learned here helps you in the future. If it does, then we know we have done our job well. Enjoy this special ceremony.
Thank you, Madame Quevillon, for your inspirational words. This 171st graduation ceremony is a very special moment. Ms. Angela Mancini and Mr. Andre Chomsky will confer your diplomas today. I invite Madame Baki to come forward and stand on the left side of the class of 2025 mosaic. Before we begin the ceremony with the conferring of diplomas, I'd like to take a moment to remind our graduates of the process for approaching and exiting the stage. If you are currently holding your diploma envelope, please place the envelope under your chair. Keep your diploma in your hands as you will bring it up on stage with you. When the first student's name is called, the entire row will stand up and line up to the left side of the stage, maintaining your order. The other rows remain seated. Once on stage, please stand to the right of the mosaic, where a photo will be taken with Ms. Baki. After your photo, you will promptly return to your chair using the opposite stairs, up and down. Again, we ask parents and graduates to hold their applause and remain silent until we have conferred all 160 diplomas to your class. This helps us maintain the flow of the presentation and ensures that you can clearly hear the individual commendations or subject awards as each graduate is called to the stage. Everyone's contribution is necessary for this part of this ceremony to run smoothly. We will recognize the entire class of 2025 with a special moment right after the conferring of the diplomas. Ms. Mancini, would you please come up to the stage? We'll start with that, and then you can just, you have your own notes?
Yes. Dear graduates, we will now confer your diplomas. Stephanie Arvanidis, Subject Prize in Physical Education. Nick, we need lights. Lights on the stage. Tatiana Athanasiadis. Alexia Batista. Gianni Belmonte. Domenico Bizzarro. Ariana Bolella. Amanda Bonta, Subject Prizes in English Language Arts and Physical Education. Zoe Bordelot, graduates with distinction, Subject Prize in Physics. Karina Berkulian. Olivia Calvillo, Subject Prize in Physical Education. Jada Camisano, graduates with distinction, Subject Prize in Contemporary World. Sofia Kanata. Haley Casale. Luca Casola. Tessa Shabat, Subject Prize in Visual Arts. Viveka Chobe. Jeevan Chowdhury. Brandon Chipola, Subject Prize in Visual Arts. Michaela Collins, Subject Prize in Français Langue Seconde Avancée. Alexandra Comiso. Bianca Comiso. Christina Constantinopoulos, Subject Prize in Quebec Citizenship and Culture. Faye Constantinopoulos. Matthias Karadi, graduates with distinction. Delia Cristofaro. Joseph Rocco Cufaro. Sofia D'Amico, graduates with distinction. Sofia Daniello, graduates with distinction. Naomi Dandavino. Annabelle Daoud. Mateo Davis. Julia Del Vecchio. Jessica Desjarlais, graduates having completed the mentorship program, subject prize in building your business media and marketing. Brianna DiMeo. Massimiliano Di Pastena. Simona Di Stefano. Riley Jurovich. Tennessee Draper, subject prize in contemporary world. Madeline Edwards Martinez, subject prize in coding and robotics project. Alexander Elliott Buckles. Laura Ferrarelli. Abigail Ferreira, graduates with distinction, subject prize in English language arts. Eva Felice. Marco Philippin. Heidi Forster. Jack Fortier. Alexios Konstantinos Galanis. Subject prize in Français langue seconde enrichie. Julia Galvano. Subject prize in visual arts. Lola Gaspo. Subject prize in contemporary world. Liliana Gianbattista. Davide Giannascoli, subject prize in financial education. Caitlin Giannopoulos. Kian Gibson, Subject Prize in Contemporary World. Luca Girileo. Ava Scarlett Gravel. Mia Guerrera. Ekaterina Hemov. Savannah Hajar, graduates with distinction. Arilyn Hugh, completed the mentorship program. Minso Her, graduates with distinction, subject prize in chemistry. Tatiana Iliakopoulos. Simon Jaffari Osowski. Subject prizes in English Language Arts and CST Mathematics. Pandeli Kalogeropoulos. Dimitrios Canaras. Anthony Karunis. Stefanos Katsaros. Peter Katsiktis, graduates with distinction. Mila Keleshian. Liam Kurpalidis. Cleo Konturakis, graduates with distinction, subject prize in financial education. Angelina Kresakopoulos, graduates with distinction, subject prize in financial education. Ryan Kung. Marc Lécuyer. Ella Langlois Alamian, graduates with distinction, subject prize in Quebec citizenship and culture. Kayla Leblanc. Ava Lee. Olivia Lee, graduates with distinction. Rachel Lee. Julia Leroux, subject prize in Quebec citizenship and culture and CST mathematics. Samantha Levine, graduates with distinction, subject prize in English Language Arts. Michaela Lobianco. Lisa Marie Luca. Mila Suli McDonald, graduates with distinction. Ileana Malamadakis.
Sophia Mandelos. Francesco Mangione. Sammy Mano. Katerina Marsico. Ella Audrey Martin, graduates with distinction. Charlotte Melançon. Emma Method Pizzi. Hilary Michaud. Gia Milonas, subject prize, Français langue seconde enrichie. Sophia Maria Mimis has completed the mentorship program and with subject prize, Français langue seconde de base. Samantha Mogas Mendes, subject prize, case studies in business, ethics and globalization. Amelia Monahan, subject prizes in chemistry and visual arts. Jessica Eva Morena, graduates with distinction and has completed the mentorship program. Fabio Mule, graduates with distinction and the MSO Math Prize. Declan Monroe. Lorana Oleas. Elisa Maria Olivieri has completed the mentorship program. Julia Orsini. Sophia Isabel Panunzio. Julianne Pelletier, graduates with distinction and subject prize Français langue seconde avancée. Alessandra Peluso. Chiara Perugini. Talia Perugini. Alexandra Petropoulos, graduates with distinction, subject prize, financial education. Annalisa Melina Pietrangelo, subject prize, financial education. Lauren Podgurney. Vasilios Polymenakos. Hannah Pontillo. Sarah Raccanelli. Maxwell Rager. Cassidy Reeder. Olivia Religa. Luke Richardson. Joseph Rinaldi, subject prize, physical education. Annabelle Ritko, graduates with distinction. Sophia Ritzi, completed the mentorship program and subject prize, applications of law and international issues. Nicola Romano. Anthony Rossi. Ajani Rudoy, subject prize, Quebec citizenship and culture. Celia Saltarelli. Cecilia Samayoa. Massimo Sarfati, subject prize, Mathematics SO. Mari Scanlon. Maria Shirafa. Rachel Shirafa. Simone Cettino, subject prize in graphic design. Melina Simpson. Chiara Spedaliere. Alexandra Stathakis. Xiao Su. Leah Sundaram. Emma Sutera Sardo. Katerina Temschenko. Alexa Thanasoulis, subject prizes in Physics and Mathematics SO. That's a big one. Andriana Thanopoulos, graduates with distinction. George Theodoropoulos. Michaela Tsakiris. Georgia Sintis, subject prizes in History and Development through the 21st Century and English Language Arts. Valentino Ulisse, subject prize in Physical Education. Daniel Wolf Unfason. Ariel Sarah Vadish, graduates with distinction and subject prize in Quebec Citizenship and Culture. Sabrina Valente. Carlos Manuel Vargas Andrade. Michaela Verardo. Reese Verden. Kira Vij, graduates with distinction. Dalen Vito Flores. Rania Wadwani, subject prize, Contemporary World. Kiana Walcott. Leo Xin, graduates with distinction, subject prize in music. Jonathan Xenos. Stiliani Xithu. Michael Zakur. Chiara Zariello. Sarah Zarvanitzer. Zara Zavolta.
like to thank Ms. Mancini, Mr. Chomsky, and a special thank you to Ms. Baki for presenting the diplomas to each graduate. We will now proceed with the tassel ritual of the ceremony. Cords and tassels were used dating back to the 14th century to represent levels of learning. The literature says that the long tassel represents your diploma. Flipping it from one side of your cap to the other indicates that the wearer has passed from one level of learning to another. Don't do it yet. The tassel ends up on the left side of your head, on the same side of your heart. This gesture confirms your movement from candidate to graduate. Would everybody rise, please? All graduates will now reach up with their left hand. Domenico, I'm looking. Left. With their left hand to move their tassel from the right to the left. Everybody beat me to it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warmly congratulate the 174th graduating class of Villa Maria. Okay. We shall now hear the musical performance of Leo Zinn. He will perform the song The Crisis, composed by the late great Italian composer Ennio Morricone for the original motion picture The Legend of 1900. Thank you, Leo, for this beautiful performance. I will now ask Ella Audrey Martin to introduce our guest speaker, Miss Melissa Holland.
Melissa Holland is a Villa Maria alumni. She is a therapeutic clown and co-founder of the Dr. Clown Foundation, based in Montreal since 2002. She has a BFA and a B.Ed, respectively, from Concordia and McGill Universities. Through her studies, she discovered and fell in love with the art of clown and was trained by several clown masters. While living in Scotland, she was hired by the Hearts and Minds organization as a clown doctor and discovered her vocation. Melissa works regularly as a therapeutic clown with children and the elderly in healthcare settings, as well as co-artistic director in development, promotion, training, and research for the Dr. Clown Foundation. She helped in the creation of and is the vice president of the North American Federation of Healthcare Clown Organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Melissa Holland.
My name's Dr. Fifi. Thanks for bringing me here. Well, Melissa Holland brought me here, so she's the one that got introduced. I'll bring her out. Just a second. Hello. Good evening, everyone, graduates, parents, teachers, administrators of Villa Maria. When I was asked to come and share with you about my career path and about how my time at the Villa contributed to it, and I was given 5 minutes to do it in, to be honest, I hesitated. I was honored to have been asked. I knew it was a great opportunity, but I also thought, how can I summarize my life and its lessons in 5 minutes in a meaningful way? And then I thought, well, what a challenge. Why not? And so here I am, here you are, here we go. I'm a clown by profession, a therapeutic clown. I work in hospitals with children and adults, in long-term care with seniors with dementia, with kids in mental health institutions, and in schools for kids with special needs, with refugees, and in a First Nations community. When I sat where you are now in 1989, I, like you, had no idea how my life would unfold. I had dreams of becoming an actress in Hollywood, or on Broadway, or both. My picture would be on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine. But in listening to the wise adults around me, I also knew that acting wasn't a stable profession, and it would be good to have a backup. I studied creative arts at John Abbott College, allowing me to explore acting and other subjects. After 2 years, I also did a year of the professional acting program and realized that my dream was changing. When I studied acting, it was all about me. How I looked, too tall. How I sounded, okay. How I moved, not naturally graceful. And how I felt, self-conscious. I enjoyed the artistry and the camaraderie and the teamwork of putting on a show, but something was niggling at me, telling me that I wasn't in the right place. I realized that having grown up in a Catholic family, having had a Catholic education at the Villa, the idea of service was key to my sense of living a meaningful life. Service, being of service, using my talents and strengths to help others. How could I help the world become a better place, to bring about more love? Sometimes I think the world is filled with so much tragedy and suffering, so that each of us who has been given so much can find where and how we can contribute to helping the world heal and grow. So with that in mind, I entered a program at Concordia called Drama in Human Development, where I learned about teaching drama for kids and teens, about drama with special populations, the impacts of drama therapy, and about playwriting for young adults. That's it, I thought. I want to write and perform plays for children. When I completed my Bachelor of Fine Arts, my gift to myself was to take a 90-hour clown course in Toronto called Clown Through Mask, thinking clown would be a good skill to add for children's theater. It was the most creative, spiritual, artistic, and meaningful work I'd ever done, but I still didn't see myself as a clown. I then took an academic break and worked 3 jobs to make enough money to go traveling. I lived in Spain for 6 months and developed lifelong friendships and learned a lot about myself. Got a job as an au pair, as a waitress in an Irish pub, and teaching English to kids in a summer camp set in a 13th century monastery. I went on to McGill to get my education degree as a plan B, in case children's theater didn't work out. And then off I went to conquer the world, starting in Chibougamau, where I taught English and French on a gold and copper mine. Then on to Scotland, where I lived for 2 years. I got a job teaching drama at a high school and elementary school in Edinburgh, and I hated it. I was the 3rd drama teacher to have been hired that year, and it was October. It was a tough school, a tough neighborhood. Most of the students didn't want to be there. They were biding their time until they were 16 and could quit school and get jobs at the post office. For a year, I struggled to get my bearings, to be that teacher in those Hollywood movies who finds a way to connect with the students in the ghetto and miraculously transforms their lives. Instead, I developed stress, insomnia, anxiety, and depression. I survived the academic year and then realized that, oh yeah, teaching was plan B. Let me get back to plan A, which was doing children's theater. And while looking at job ads for children's theater companies, I came across the ad that would change my life. Clown doctors. Working as a clown for children in hospital. You needed clown training, check. A university degree, check. Experience working with children. They didn't say whether it had to be good or bad. Check. Well, I've got nothing to lose. What were liabilities as an actor became assets as a clown. And after 6 weeks of training in the art of clown, improvisation, working in duo, physical theater, and the psychosocial aspects of children with illnesses like cancer, anorexia, cystic fibrosis, as well as looking at protocols of hygiene and confidentiality, I discovered my vocation. Working in hospital as a clown means that I get to use my talents and imperfections every day to accompany people experiencing a vulnerable situation and make their day a little brighter through laughter, connection, play, joy, surprise. For me, it is the perfect fit. When you find the perfect fit, amazing things happen. I went on to co-found the Dr. Clown Foundation in 2002, and today we have 55 clowns in over 80 hospitals and institutions in Montreal and Quebec City. And we continue to grow because the world needs more laughter, connection, play, joy, and surprise. Thank you to the Villa for the great gifts of knowledge of the world and of myself, for the opportunities to reflect, discuss, and develop strong friendships that ultimately led to a knowing and understanding of who I am and where I fit in this world. Success doesn't come from being the best at any one thing. It comes from understanding who you are and where you fit in the world to bring about more love. Graduates, I wish you all much success and courage on your life journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Holland. Please stay out. You're not going anywhere. Thank you. I would like to now invite Kira Vij to come up and share a few words of thanks.
So it is my honor to extend a heartfelt thank you to you, Ms. Holland, for being our guest speaker. Ms. Holland, your journey reminds us all that the work led by the heart can be both meaningful and joyful. Your career path is a powerful example that passion and purpose go hand in hand, and yes, that the work we can do can always be fun. Your wisdom, warmth, and encouragement have truly left a lasting impression on us. Your words have not only inspired, but also reminded us of the kind of impact we hope to have as we move forward. On behalf of the graduating class, please accept these flowers as a small token of our appreciation. Thank you once again for making our ceremony so memorable.
Thank you. Thanks, Nick.
I'm trying to get out of the way. I didn't want to ruin that picture. I would now like to invite Mr. Martin Loya, Director of Student Support Services, to introduce the co-presidents of the Student Council for a graduation ceremony speech.
Thank you. Dear students, this year you have the privilege of being represented by two exceptional co-presidents who have dedicated themselves fully to the service of your cohort. Present, committed, and active on many fronts, they have embodied the trust you have placed in them. Driven by a broad vision and a sensitivity to the realities of our environment, they have defended bills designed to benefit all students. Curious, articulate, and dedicated to their role, they leave their mark on your lives and add their personal touch to the Villa Maria legacy. Without further ado, let us welcome Kira Vij and Arlene Hugh.
Hi again. Do you remember not long ago when we were still little kids playing in the backyard, blowing bubbles with our friends and taking turns popping them one by one? For a while now, it's felt a bit like we've been living inside a bubble of our own, a bubble made of routines, familiar faces, and shared memories. As your student council, we've tried to make memories at Villa Maria unforgettable, from organizing Christmas events to the multicultural show to opening emergency exits to ease hallway traffic. Our hope was to make the stress of classes, deadlines, and growing up just a little bit easier to handle.
Even if I joined the committee as co-president this year, I'm truly grateful to be a part of it. It's been an honor to help out. From Halloween Haunted House to Cabane à Sucre, it was special to organize these activities and see our class come together. Not every event was perfect or packed, but they were ours. And sometimes it was those smaller moments, smiles in the hallways, little chats in class, or shared laughs that stuck with us the most. This year wasn't about having it all figured out. It was about showing up, supporting each other, and yes, surviving.
We hope we brought you some relief, joy, and fond memories of these small but meaningful moments to look back on. But just like how we stopped playing with bubbles, we must now leave the safety of our own little bubble behind. I know I'm scared, and I'm sure a lot of you are too. The future is uncertain, and it's okay to be afraid and not know what you'll do with it. But wherever life takes you, remember not to stress too much. Enjoy the journey and the memories you make along the way. Thank you.
Thank you for those beautiful words, Kira and Arilyn. I will now ask Ms. Anna Gagliardi to introduce your valedictorian.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce the class of 2025 valedictorian, who was selected by a committee of peers and teachers. She is a dedicated student with a strong work ethic and is appreciated by staff and students alike for her warmth and authenticity. Please join me in welcoming to the stage your valedictorian, Eva Felice.
Good evening, fellow graduates, family members, and staff. I am honored to represent Villa Maria's 2025 graduating class as your valedictorian. Firstly, I would like to begin by acknowledging our teachers, administrators, and parents who have supported us throughout these past 5 years at Villa Maria. When I attempted to write this speech, I was stuck on where to start. Then I thought, well, I should probably start at the beginning. It seems like it was just yesterday that we were stepping off the school bus, taking our first step into kindergarten with our Princess and Marvel backpacks that were double our size. Then, flash forward to our time at Villa and walking up the hill for the very first time, wondering how we were going to do it for the next 5 years. Spoiler alert, the hill was never that steep. We just had little legs. Now, we are about to embark on an entirely new journey. We are a graduating class unlike any other. We began high school in the midst of COVID with masks, Zoom classes, and a lot of Purell. And I mean a lot of Purell. I think it's safe to say high school was nothing like High School Musical. As for me, high school was filled with loads of procrastination, bad time management, and tons of caffeine. It also consisted of laughing with friends in class until our stomachs hurt, stressing over group projects we had yet to begin, and packing up just before the bell, all for our teacher to say, "Sit down, the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do." At the time, we couldn't wait for another school year to be over because it meant that we were graduating, which also meant stepping out into a world we would soon call our own. We didn't realize in those fleeting moments that the time we took for granted would later become something we wished we had cherished more. Life is funny like that. Sometimes we only learn the importance of a moment when it has become a memory. We spent our days eating calf cookies, chasing down the incredibly unreliable 24 bus on Sherbrooke, and racing up 4 flights of stairs to make it to our class on time. Caught up in our routine, we never considered the precious time that was slipping through our fingers. It's true what they say, time flies when you're having fun. The days we prayed would go by faster quickly molded into years. Before we knew it, September rolled around once more, but this time we were entering our last year of high school as Secondary 5 students. This year was filled with especially meaningful moments because with each event, we knew it was our last. Our last high school Halloween, our last bake sales, our last dress down days were all marked with joy, but with a hint of sadness too. Because although we did not want to face it, soon we'd all be at different schools, beginning our own separate lives. While the unknown can be frightening, we should not fear the future. This is the time to figure out who and what we want to be. It's the time to make mistakes, and if you fail, try again. Don't be afraid to change your mind until you get it right. If there are any words of wisdom I can leave with you today, it's this: be unapologetically yourself. It may sound cliche, but life truly is too short to pretend to be something or someone you are not. Pursue your passions, do what you really love, and not what others tell you to. Find joy in not only the big things in life, but also the little things that life has to offer. The world is too beautiful not to be appreciated. Know that graduation is not a tragic end, but rather the beginning of something undiscovered. Lastly, I want to leave you with a remarkable quote from one of my favorite movies, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. There are people who forget what it's like to be 16 when they turn 17. I know these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs. We'll all become somebody's mom or dad, but right now, these moments are not stories. This is happening, and in this moment, I swear, we are infinite. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Incredibly well done. Congratulations. Another round of applause. In addition to the subject prizes, we are fortunate to have a number of annual awards to offer to our graduates. They highlight the exceptional work of certain students who have stood out and left their mark at Villa Maria. When your name is called out, please come forward on stage so that we can acknowledge your achievements and capture a photo as a memento. We will begin with the Jacqueline Leduc Prize from the Villa Maria alumni. I will ask Mr. Yves Lapointe, son of Jacqueline Leduc, to take the stage. Jacqueline Leduc was a 1945 Villa Maria graduate. She has always been very active in her community and was often associated with different volunteering actions. She was the founder of l'Association des Femmes Canadiennes à Paris back in 1977, which is still active today, 48 years later. Offered with a bursary from the alumni, the Jacqueline Leduc Prize is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a sense of belonging to Villa Maria by her team spirit, involvement, generosity, courage, sense of community, and a desire to do better, to inspire and carry on the Villa Maria legacy. This year's recipient is Jessica Moreno. Thank you, Mr. Leduc. I will now invite Ms. Anna Gagliardi, head of the English department, to come forward for the next award. Miss Josephine Waters was the grandmother of a Villa Maria graduate, Rachel Vercade. Established by the family in her memory, this award is presented with a bursary to the student who has demonstrated excellence in English language arts, including a love of literature and writing throughout her years at Villa Maria. Chosen by the English department, the 2025 recipient is Ella Langlois. I will now ask Mr. Martin Loya, Director of Student Services, to come forward for the Student Council Prize. Following the global pandemic, we saw our students flourish with new ideas and projects, eager to get back on track with their commitment to making their school the best place possible. This prize is offered with a bursary to graduates for their contagious positivity, their thoughtfulness, and their commitment to Student Council. The Student Council Prize, and I believe I'm going to hand it over. Oh, no. Mr. Loya, come on up. We don't want to interrupt you. There we go. Perfect. The Student Council Prize is awarded to Kira Vij and Erilyn Hugh. I will now ask Ms. Barbara Barrasso, President of the Mothers and Fathers Guild, to come forward. The Villa Maria's Mothers and Fathers Guild bursaries are awarded to 8 graduates who have distinguished themselves by their continuous involvement in the life of the school. They were carefully chosen by their teachers. The 2025 recipients are Annabelle Ritko, Elisa Olivieri, Heidi Forster, Olivia Religa, Menso Her, Cleo Kontorakis, Simon Jaffrey Ozowski, and Anthony Rossi. Thank you, Ms. Barrasso, and congratulations to you all. I would now like to invite Madame Laetitia Bernadette, Head of the French Second Language Department, to come forward for Le Prix Lucie Quinel. Sister Lucie Quinel was the General Director of Villa Maria from 1979 to 1988 and has done a lot to help the French studies. This prize is awarded in her name, along with a bursary, to the student who has highly distinguished themselves through their effort and interest in French studies throughout the year. This honor goes to Zoe Bordelot. Congratulations. I would now like to invite Mr. Marc-André Normandin, Director of the Villa Maria Fund, to come forward for the next prize. For more than 20 years, Lise Casgrain, a 1969 Villa Maria graduate, has been actively involved in the school's activities and played an important role on the board of directors as well as the Villa Maria Foundation. Thanks to Lise and her brother Roger, both graduates in finance, the Foundation's investment committee was initiated and an investment policy was implemented. For 10 years, they have contributed their time and expertise to this committee, thus enabling Villa Maria's bursary fund to grow considerably. Roger Casgrain has been of tremendous help. Roger and Lise intended for the students to take advantage of their knowledge in finance and economics, and with that purpose in mind, often invited students to their offices to introduce them to the world of finance during career days. For all of those reasons, when they both decided to retire from the foundation, Villa Maria honored them by renaming the Secondary 5 Economics Prize as the Lise and Roger Casgrain Award. This year's recipient is Declan Monroe. I will now ask Ms. Desiree McGraw to come forward, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here, not only as a former graduate in 1986, so almost 40 years, Villa Maria French sector, but also as the member of the National Assembly elected to represent Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, which is where we are this evening in NDG. I won't make this long. I just want to say a few words that Villa Maria taught me more than, gave me more than an excellent education. It really instilled in me fundamental values of excellence, loyalty, and integrity, but above all, friendship. And my best friends to this day, all over the world, are still my Villa friends. So rest assured, you will keep in touch. I know that your time here at Villa will stay with you for the rest of your lives, and I know this from my own personal experience. The lessons you've learned, the friendships that you made, the obstacles that you've overcome will be the foundation of all of your future successes, no matter which path you choose to embark on. And the world needs all of us to step up in our own way, and every generation has faced its set of challenges, and your generation is facing challenges that are unprecedented, like climate change, artificial intelligence, and the collapse of many of our public institutions. So there'll be challenges, but this also represents new opportunities for all of you. And so we need all our young people today to be positioned to seize the future with your ideas, your creativity, your innovation. Your strong sense of justice is what the world needs right now, but above all, we need your commitment to service. And that is why I'm very proud to have created the NDG M&A Community Service Award. It's a distinction that is now granted annually. This is the second year in a row. To secondary students throughout the NDG riding at different high schools who have demonstrated outstanding volunteer involvement, a strong sense of solidarity, a genuine desire to make a difference in their community. This award represents what I hope for each and every one of you, that you find your own meaningful way to contribute. I believe that every person has a superpower, something that you love to do and that you're amazing at doing. Find that superpower. Find out how you can use it to help other people. And I can assure you that that is the path that you will never regret following it. I can assure you it is the path to real happiness and a fulfilling life. So as you leave Villa Maria, you take with you far more than a diploma. You carry with you an education, a community, and a foundation, and perhaps like me, a deep sense of responsibility toward others. I wish each and every one of you, dear graduates, and of course your very proud families, a life that is filled with purpose, service, and joy. Keep learning, keep dreaming, and above all, keep giving back. Congratulations to your class, and it's now my honor to present this service award. I hope I pronounced the name right, to Eva Felice.
Thank you very much. I will now invite Madame Caroline Quevillon, Director of Educational Services, to come forward for the next prize. The Exemplary Student Award, along with its bursary, is presented to the student who has displayed exemplary behavior during their 5 years at Villa Maria. Their academic achievement, attitude, and all-around demeanor are synonymous with the high standards of a Villa graduate. Students who strive to conduct themselves with decorum, discipline, and thoughtfulness in our school set an example for those who follow and for future generations. Their efforts reflect the valuable education received at home from their parents and in class from their teachers. Together, exemplary students contribute to the reputation of our school and are the pride of the whole educational team. Among the many qualifying candidates, the student chosen this year for the prize is Faye Konstantinopoulos. Thank you. We're going to keep a lot of people coming up here, so let's keep going. I will now ask Ms. Veni Tadaro, President of the Parent-Teacher Association, to come forward. I went with your name, but Mom would have been okay too. The PTA sponsors the Tony Shorgan Prize with a generous bursary. It is presented to the student who, by their personality and initiative, has contributed to the most to their class and to the school. The winner is chosen by their classmates through a secret ballot. The student chosen by the class of 2025 is Alexia Baptista. The Viola Desmond Perseverance and Determination Award is the second award offered by the PTA at the graduation ceremony. Viola Desmond challenged racial segregation in Canada in 1946 when she refused to leave a segregated area of the theatre in Nova Scotia. Desmond's actions embodied strength, perseverance, and determination. This year's recipient is recognized for their consistent hard work, willingness to meet all opportunities with a positive spirit, and a commitment to their goals. This award is presented to Ryan Kung. Thank you. I would now like to invite Ms. Pina Tutino to come forward for the Catherine Tutino Scholarship. Catherine Tutino was a Villa Maria graduate of 1996 who was tragically killed in a car accident in August 2000 at the age of 21. At her family's request, the school offers a scholarship in her name. Catherine showed determination in her academic work, pride in her achievements, and fidelity to the moral values received from her parents and teachers during her years at Villa Maria. This award is offered, along with its generous bursary, to a young woman who reflects Catherine's vibrancy, courtesy, and love of life. The recipient of the 2025 Catherine Tutino Scholarship is Sofia D'Amico. Get many hugs, I'll take it. The Villa Maria's Mother and Father's Guild Scholarships. I will invite Ms. Barrasso to come forward once again. In addition to the many awards, bursaries, and scholarships offered each year to undergraduate students, the Mothers and Fathers Guild also presents important scholarships to graduating students. These are awarded to 2 students who have achieved one of the highest academic standings in their senior year. Please congratulate our recipients, Zoe Bogdalo and Amelia Monahan. We have a special award to highlight, the Lieutenant Governor's Youth Medal. This national medal recognizes the volunteer commitment, determination, and dedication of Quebecers who have had a positive influence on their community. The Villa Maria recipient was chosen by the faculty and staff of Student Life in January 2025 and was invited to an official ceremony in May to receive her award. We want to take a moment to honor and recognize this graduate's significant involvement in our school. I'd like to invite Ms. Mariana Bacchi, Ms. Bacchi, to present the Lieutenant Governor's Youth Medal. And I'd like to ask Annabelle Ritko to come up. Thank you. The Governor General's Academic Medal is awarded to the student who achieves the highest academic standing in their graduating year. Introduced in 1873 to encourage academic excellence across the nation, this medal became the most prestigious award that students in Canadian schools can receive. The 2025 recipient of the Governor General's Medal will be invited to return to the school this coming fall to formally receive their medal. Nobody's coming up now. The Director of Studies prizes is awarded with a bursary to the student who has achieved the highest academic average over 5 years at Villa Maria. Madame Quevillon, could you please come on up? We would like to honor the recipient of the 2025 Director of Studies Prize, Zoe Bogdalo. I know, Ms. Backey, you just got settled in your chair, but if you could come back up, it'd be great. Keep you moving. Ms. Backey now holds in her hands the last of her prestigious prizes, the Golden Villa Maria Medal. The Villa Maria Medal is awarded annually to a graduating student who has combined high academic achievement, respect for others, and a consistent and active participation in the life of the school over a period of 5 years here at Villa Maria. The medal is offered with a generous bursary from the school and represents a legacy of values and education found at Villa Maria. Please stand up as Ms. Backey honors the recipient of the 2025 Villa Maria Medal, Amelia Monahan. Thank you. As we are closing the ceremony, I want to thank everyone who has made this event possible. Thank you to Martine Fournier, Sylvain Massé, and the members of their team for their precious support with logistics. Thank you to all the hosts, the staff, and the faculty who have helped prepare this beautiful ceremony, in particular, Ms. Anna Gagliardi and Jacinthe Laporte. I would like to invite Madame Laporte on stage for a few moments. On behalf of all the Secondary 5 students, we would like to thank you for your hard work and dedication. I just ruined her photo. Jeez. Finally, a special thanks to our guests, board of directors, and administrative team for their support in making this event a success. Dear graduates, your 171st graduating class stands as another distinctive benchmark in the school's legacy. Education has not only equipped you with the knowledge, but has also instilled in you the values of critical thinking, empathy, and resilience. It has broadened your horizons, allowing you to see beyond the confines of textbooks and classrooms, and to understand the complexities of our global society. More importantly, it has empowered you to become agents of change, ready to take on the challenges that lie ahead. Remember that change does not always come from grand gestures. It often begins with small, everyday actions. It's in the moments of kindness, in the pursuit of justice, and in the dedication to continuous learning that you will make a difference. As you embark on your respective paths, whether it be further studies, entering the workforce, or exploring new ventures, carry with you the lessons learned and the friendships forged during your time here. Stay curious, remain humble, very humble, and never underestimate the impact you can have. Congratulations to the graduating class. Your journey has just begun, and the world awaits your brilliance. You can clap now. In previous years, before Villa became co-ed, The graduating students would pass on a token to the younger generation as a legacy to carry on. That token took the form of a flower. Today, we want to honor that memory again in our own special way. There is a symbolic white rose for each graduate on stage. In a few minutes, you'll be handed one of those white roses. You are welcome to keep it or to offer it to someone who has made a major difference in your academic path. We are also proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2025. I've seen some parents looking at their watches. We're ahead of schedule, so it's a good thing. We will soon escort our graduates to the stairs outside the central building for their traditional cap toss photo. Before we do so, I need your attention on a few important instructions. Parents, when you do leave, and you're going to be the last ones, we invite you to exit via the glass doors at the Thérèse Casgrain Hall and go to the left and walk around the building to the front. We will meet you outside, and you don't want to miss this moment. Students must return their gowns to Madame Laporte at center after the last picture. The cap is yours, keep it as a souvenir. The gown is not. It costs a lot of money. Okay? You'll be charged. Parents and families at home watching the broadcast, we hope you have enjoyed the ceremony, and we thank you for being with us today. We will end the ceremony in the same orderly fashion as we did at the beginning. We ask parents and family members to remain in their seats. I said you were going to be last. We will ask our special guests and board of directors to stand up and move to the back, please. I think there's going to be some nice music to bring you down. It's in the mail. We now ask the graduates to stand up. Graduates, starting from the last two rows, please proceed out of your row one at a time and exit using the same door you came in. Then meet us at center for your cap toss photo. To all of our guests, family, friends, Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you at Center. Have a good night.